Mael, one of the 4 archangels blessed with the grace of sunshine. Estarossa, one of the 10 commandments holding the commandment of love. Both are in reality the same person, and this is the person we will explore today. If you find yourself entertained at any point during the video, then consider liking, subscribing and ringing that bell, as I cannot explain to you how much just a small action could do for this channel. Also, if you want to support this channel further, consider pledging to my Patreon. Anyway, on with the video. Mael was born as a member of the goddess clan, though was rejected by the same clan due to his cowardice, or at least that's what they labelled it as Mael couldn't even bring himself to harm an insect. And although this could be called cowardice, it could also be called kindness. Either way, he was forced to change, forced to become strong and cruel, to become a killer, as that is what was demanded of him. The goddess clan, despite their angelic appearance, weren't peaceful, not to say they were inherently violent either. They, like all people, did what they had to do, and if it meant war and genocide, so be it. So Mael became strong, so strong in fact, he, like his brother, was named one of the 4 archangels and rose to be the second most powerful of the entire clan, only behind the supreme deity themselves. However, something else, something more important to Mael, also occurred around this time. He fell in love with Elizabeth, as even when he had been too kind or too cowardly in the eyes of his clan to hurt an insect, she still spoke to him with kindness and without disgust. Besides his brother, Elizabeth was the only one to speak to Mael with kindness and not spite, and since this is the 7 Deadly Sins, a romance anime masquerading as a battle shonen, he of course fell in love with her. However, these feelings weren't reciprocated, as Elizabeth already loved someone, she loved Meliodas. This of course hurt Mael to no end. Not only did the woman he love someone else, but that person she loved was a demon, the sworn enemy of their clan, the creatures he trained all this time to kill. And worse yet is that Meliodas is kind, immensely so, and what was it Mael was shamed for? It was his kindness. Elizabeth liked Mael for his kindness, and she loved Meliodas for the same kindness, and maybe in Mael's mind he believed the difference was that he wasn't kind enough, that the kindness he was shamed for wasn't even good enough for the girl he loved. And so he gave into hate and into anger, he became jealous of Meliodas and wished him dead. The kindness that Elizabeth liked was starting to vanish. Mael's true nature was that of a kind man, something that Elizabeth saw and she liked. However, the rest of the clan did not see this true nature as a good thing, and so due to his clan's words and the actions of Meliodas, he abandoned his true nature, something which doomed him. As only after doing this, being filled with spite and anger, did he stop being happy, and only after this did his deeds get more extreme. And yes, he wasn't sadistic in the way he killed demons, but he still did kill them without remorse. And although it's never expressly said, I do feel that the love of Meliodas and Elizabeth was one of the key reasons why he became so strong and killed so many demons. And one such demon was Clarissa. And where once he killed her, his fate was set in stone. He earned the wrath of Gopher and had his life ruined, being turned into Estarossa of the 10 Commandments and killing so many of his allies. And if my interpretation is correct, then all this, him becoming Estarossa and killing his allies, is all due to the simple fact he let anger consume him and abandoned his natural kindness. Because he saw Meliodas and he gave in to wrath, he sealed his fate and spiraled down a dangerous path to the point he killed one lowly demon, and as a result became a demon himself. After becoming Estarossa, Mael was very much a different person. He was much more of a sadist, enjoying harming and killing others, and in a way was an opposite of his past self. He was cruel rather than kind, he was lazy rather than proactive, and he had the power to weaken others rather than to power himself up. That all said, it wasn't like all traces of his past self were gone, as although his powers, memories and personality had changed, his feelings didn't. Which makes a lot of sense, as remember what Diane said, that memories etched into your heart, in other words your true feelings, can never be erased, something which proves to be very much correct. So Mael retained his feelings, most importantly his love for his brother and his love for Elizabeth. Though due to his new memories, it is not Ludosil for which he felt these emotions, but instead Meliodas. And although it may not be apparent at first, Mael's role in the story is very much to act as a foil for Meliodas. As well, both were the second strongest in their clans, both were shunned and shamed for their kindness, and both loved Elizabeth. However, the biggest difference between the two was that Meliodas didn't stray from his true nature, his kindness, while Mael did. And as I said before, this is the reason so much misfortune befell Mael. As a core theme of the 7 Deadly Sins is being true to yourself and not running or hiding from who you are. This is best seen through Diane, who sticks to her pacifistic nature and through it becomes the strongest of all giants, or Gopher, who only found true power when he embraced his true feelings and memories. Heck, the whole point of the second half of the story was to get Meliodas' emotions back. To progress the plot, the characters had to reunite Meliodas with his true feelings. They had to make sure he was true to himself. which who would have guessed links back to Mael, as well both of them lost their true feelings for a time by losing their emotions and memories respectively, and became cold and unfeeling. And how do they both overcome this? Well, simply by having friends at their side and reuniting with their lost emotions and memories. And by doing so, Mael and Meliodas can be true to themselves, true to their own kindness. As although most demons hate most goddesses and vice versa, this hatred can all be sourced back to two figures, to the supreme deity and the demon king. However, whereas Meliodas fought back against the demon king in pursuit of his ideals and natural kindness, Mael did not, and became the very instrument the supreme deity wanted him to be. Which, as I keep saying, led him to despair. As shown by the end of the series, demons don't have to be at constant war with the other clans, and well, to be honest, a lot of the reason for the Holy War was the goddess's genocide of the demon race. Holding on to these old grudges and letting yourself be moulded by them is what brings sadness and hides individuality, something Mael suffered from especially. So this is why in order to develop, Mael must go against the teachings of the supreme deity and be himself, not who his clan wants him to be. And well, that's what he does. Once regaining his sanity and becoming Mael proper, he decides not to fight. He forsakes his role as a warrior to instead practice his nature as a kind man. He only ever enters the fray when asked to. He doesn't fight to destroy and kill like before, he now does so to protect and help. It's a big difference, and another beautiful piece of imagery is that Mael forms a connection with Escanor, and not only helps him but also entrusts him with the power of his grace. As well, remember, Escanor without sunshine is the weakest of all holy knights. He is comparatively an insect. But due to the kindness of Mael, he is able to fight alongside his friends one last time. As it isn't cowardly to show kindness to insects and those weaker than you. No, it's kind. And that kindness can then lead to some of the most powerful of miracles. In stark contrast to the despair that can come from forsaking your natural feelings and being driven by negativity. Mael is a beautiful character, a twist on the fallen angel archetype that was executed perfectly. His role in the story is very much to both foil Meliodas, and to also show the importance of one's true nature and the dangers of being moulded by others. As a demon can be in love with a goddess if his true feelings say so, and an archangel can show kindness to a human and treat him as an equal if his true feelings say so as well. As you aren't what your clan or your parents says you are you, and to pretend you are not is one of the biggest sins one can commit. Comment of the week comes from BTech2009, and thank you so much. I'm glad this video got such a positive reception. If you're interested in my literary endeavours, why not check out my books Gang Fluid Justice and People of Fate Volume 1, available at Amazon.com. And if you want to help to support this channel, consider pledging to my Patreon, where for as little as £2.75 a month, you can get your name at the end of the video like Hikari Desu. So with all that said and done, I've been Seth the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, and I'm signing out. Stay safe, everyone.